For those of you that don't know, I live in Portland, Maine, which is about 20 miles away from Lewiston, Maine, which is where these mass shootings have happened. They happened on Wednesday evening, and the shooter is still at large. And I just have both nothing to say and a lot to say at the same time. So I'm going to share what I want to say, and then I also am going to lead I'm going to share a video of meditation and prayer, because the world is a very challenging place to live in right now. And Maine is a really hard place to be right now, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now, because this is my community. These are my people. And I am heartbroken and enraged and so many things. And it's been really strange. I mean, I know that people know that Lewiston and the surrounding area are locked down, but basically Maine is shut down. At least southern Maine is. Schools are canceled. Work is largely canceled for people. A lot of people are, including me, are just kind of at a loss of what to do, how to help, what to do with ourselves. We're stuck in this liminal space between fear and grief, because the suspect, Robert Card, is highly trained military and has not been found. And who knows if he will be. I hope that he is, so that the families and all of us can feel some closure and move on in a more delineated way from this place of fear and concern and anxiety to grief, and allowing us to really grieve collectively and together as a community, and especially allowing Lewiston and the people who are directly involved to be able to gather with their people. And my heart is with Lewiston and the surrounding areas and everybody who's been affected by this directly, and also everybody who's been, indirectly affected by this. It's been really interesting this morning, since I'm kind of holed up. It's really hard to be doing productive things that doesn't even really feel right to be doing. So I've been at a little bit of a loss. I've seen neighbors and done a couple of things here, but I was on social media this morning, and it's really interesting to be in this place where we are directly impacted by the horrific and terrible policies that our country has on guns and mental health, and the systems that we don't have in place. Really, it's not that we have them in place, they are not in place. And I've never believed that it's okay for us to have assault rifles, and the policies for guns have been terrible throughout. But now being here and being affected by it directly, it's all I can think about. It's pervasive. It's here. It's everything. And I'm seeing on Instagram people not in this place and posting about things that have nothing to do with this. And it's very strange. And I'm very aware that this is one of a multitude of things going on in the world. And there's this balance between fear and grief that we need to try to strike right now here in Maine. But I'm also aware of the fact that there's a balance in the world that we need to strike between being involved, making change, and taking care of ourselves. And also that we need to strike between being in this place of being completely drowned in the darkness of the world and the things that are going on, and finding vibrancy in the world, in our lives, in living our lives, because it doesn't do any good to be drowned in darkness, perpetually. I think we have to ride the waves of it. And I'm really aware that there are people who cannot do that. There are people who are perpetually living in a state of fear, and that is warranted, completely warranted. And, they're surviving. They're absolutely surviving. And that's what they need to do. And my heart is with those people. And we're getting a sense of that here in a small dose compared to what's going on in other parts of the world. That does not diminish at all what people are experiencing here, and it doesn't diminish at all what people are experiencing elsewhere. There are people who have to live in survival mode in this world. And for those of us that don't have to, I think we need to find a way to thrive more. And in that thriving, also act on behalf of those that have to survive. Because this is not okay. None of this is okay. The violence is terrible. Violence in general is terrible. Extremism is terrible. And we're all people. We are all valuable. Every single life is valuable. Equally valuable. We need to take care of each other. And we need to come together. I love you, and I'm here. More soon.